Don't let them take
What
it
is
from
happening, y'all? Welcome on back, and it's time to kill our first arc demon. So before we go anywhere, make sure you have the Hands of God with you. You're only going to need to have one, but you're going to want to have that to get access to a hidden trophy. So we're going to hop straight on over to Underground Temple. Of course, make sure you are not in human form. You don't want to be in human form, otherwise you're going to have a bad time. And actually, in terms of equipment-wise, let me see what our equipment inventory is at. Okay, we should be good, but just in case, I'm going to send some stuff back to storage. You know what? I can put my gloves back on. No, I can't because I have the shield on. Anyway, so now we are going to be heading on over to the Dragon God. We want to make sure we have the fists. Now, if you watch the Let's Play, you know I was 100% on the struggle bus with this enemy. But he's actually quite simple when you have a little bit of patience, which is my biggest downfall. This guy is like the T-Rex from the original Jurassic Park, which is a great movie if you've never seen it. But he is going to track you with his eyes, and when he sees you, he's going to punch you. So what you need to do is when his eyes turn red, you want to hide behind a pillar. Now, right at the start here, we're probably going to die because there's a crystal lizard that we want to get, and it's going to be right over to the left. So just kind of run and try and get that lizard before he goes for a punch. If you can kill the lizard, that's great. There we go. Managed to get some chunks. And right over here, it's the big boy, the Dragon Bone Smasher. Now, the Dragon Bone Smasher, this is why we wanted to get pure white world tendency. This thing is B scaling strength and a whopping 200 base damage. It is an absolutely monstrous weapon. It is this game's equivalent of the Fume Ultra Greatsword. We're going to be using it because it's hilariously strong. But obviously it takes up quite a bit of weight. So after you pick that up, I'd actually... Oh, you know, we'll hang on to it. So we're going to upgrade it soon anyway. How are we on item burden? Let's see. We're pretty close to being full on item burden. I'll send a couple of these to storage to get us a little bit of weight. So now that we got that and we killed the lizard, we're just going to slowly go. Anytime he's looking away, move to the next pillar. Literally, we're going to be pillar hopping all the way. We're going to wait till he looks to the left. We're going to hit that, and then we're going to move back again. Let's see how he got angry and the eyes turned red. If we hide, they turn yellow again. And that's the trick here. In the Let's Play, I basically just kept getting hit by him, but I feel like they did update him slightly. He seems a little bit more aware of his surroundings as compared to the original Demon Souls. So just keep hopping between these pillars. Anytime his eyes turn red, hide. And we're gonna wait for him to turn again, and then we're gonna knock out that next part. Right. There we go, he's turning. And unfortunately, he did see us that time. We didn't quite make it back. That second pillar is the one that I always struggle with. But that's okay, because we got that crystal lizard we can kill. And this crystal lizard can actually drop pure pieces as well. So we can try and keep out our shield to block this guy. I don't think it's going to work that well. I haven't had any luck blocking this particular enemy. But, you know, I haven't used a big shield like this before, so who knows? Maybe it will work better. Anyway, first things first, kill the lizard again. Wait for him to turn, and we're gonna make our way over. Let's see. Alright, well, the tower shield is also not going to be strong enough. So we're just going to run and we're going to smash that one, which we can kill that lizard 3 times. It's just, we're going to pretend that that was all intentional. I wanted to die because I wanted my 3 kills on the lizard, right? All completely planned, strategically. can actually take that off. We'll put this on. My little shield. We'll put that guy on. Basically, as long as you're behind a pillar before he rears back his arm, you're going to be safe. He tends to be like hyper aggro for this one, so we're just going to run for it as soon as he turns. I don't know why he's so aggro at that one, but that is the one that I tend to struggle with the most. Anyway, grab the new moon grass, go over here, hit the ballista. This will fire a ballista into his arm. Magical, hitting, enchanted ballista. Hit the full heal, and then we'll jump on down and grab a stone here. Now the rest is very similar to what we just did. We're going to be hiding behind pillars again. When he looks at us, just get behind the pillar. Turn your big ugly head. Turn it around. Except now, instead of punching, he's going to breathe fire if he sees you, so we need to be even more careful than before. Let's see, he was getting ready. He was thinking about it, but we got behind that pillar. Thinking about it again, but we're safely behind the pillar. Wait for him to turn his head and look to the opposite direction, and then we're going to go for it. Alright, now we're basically home free. We just got to break this one and we're all set. Now the damage that you do here... Oh, there's a lizard up here, by the way, so just be ready. The damage that you do here is going to depend on the type of weapon you're going in with. If you're going in with like a dagger and trying to hit this guy, you're not going to get a ton of damage in. Or not the guy, but the pillars. Using something like the battle axe or claymore will work a lot more effectively. And after you've done that, he's pretty much down on the ground. So a couple pieces of loot that we can grab now that things have calmed down and he's not trying to punch our face anymore. We got the Master's Ring up here. After that, drop and work your way down to where the dragon was. And then right here, you should be able to drop. As you can see there, get that goodie. All right, now we need to get the final hit with the Hands of God on him. But he's a little, we want to get him a little bit lower, so hit him with the bow. One bow shot should not be enough to kill this guy. Now we're going to go on and hit him with the hands. When he breathes, you can see it right there, that can hurt you, so just beware of that. So it should take just, if you have the stats for this, it should go pretty quick, like it just did right there. If you don't have the stats, it'll take a, I'll wait till he starts shouting. If you don't have the 16 faith, it'll certainly take longer to get that kill. Just something to keep in mind. But go ahead and touch the Arkstone. We now have the NEXUS agent, some pure Dragonstone, and the Dragon Demon Soul. With the thing we just got, we can now freely travel and swap between all these zones. But the first thing we want to do is go back to the Nexus. Now that that's done, we can go ahead and swap back to this. Go ahead and spend your souls, and we're actually going to start working on getting our intelligence up. We want to have our intelligence up to 18 for a spell we're going to go into. This character's name is Unga Bunga, and Unga and Bunga are two parts, one being the Dragonbone Smasher, the second being Cursed Weapon, and we need 18 intelligence for Cursed Weapon. So go on, lose that body form. Now, even though we are going to put this world towards pure black in just a little bit, we're not doing that just yet. We have the pure white event to do. So make sure you have the Dragonbone Smasher on you. We don't need the fists anymore, so we can go ahead and send the Hands of God away. But first we need to meet with Shriver and show him the Dragonbone Smasher. And that is going to give us a pure Greystone, which we can use to get our axe, our strength weapon, or whatever strength weapon you choose, up to the max tier. So go on over to the Tunnel City here. We're actually going to switch to the Crescent Falchion here. As a reminder, we killed the boss, so all the crystal lizards that we've killed till now will respawn. You actually don't need to fight these guys. You can just run through this hallway like this. Basically ignore them all. And now we're going to show you how to do this coming down from the opposite direction. So this is typically the shortcut we would take to get to Flame Lurker. Now there is some loot right over there. I haven't found a way to actually get that without warping out or killing myself. The loot across, it's 4 sharp shards and 1 clear chunk. But so if you're going to get that, you're going to need to evacuate. But just to show it anyway, drop down onto this platform. And then drop down and get it. Now you might be able to get out of here if you have a cat ring. You might be able to survive the roll. Well, the cat ring doesn't come until later. Oh no, I don't even have my thing. Wow, this is certainly embarrassing. Go ahead and just use this. Turn to the Nexus after we have that. The rest of the loot, thankfully, we can just work our way down and grab it. But that one piece in particular, it's basically there to get you, it bamboozles you.
I'm keeping a close watch.
Let's see, I to that. There we go.
You have a heart of gold.
I'm pretty soon we're actually going to have something that lets us just cast spells and miracles regardless. That'll be really nice. So we'll go back now. And same thing, except now we're going to be working our way down. If you saw the episode 9, the upgrade tips episode, where we kind of went into farming this area, you're probably already aware of a couple of these things that we can do. The path that we're going to take to get down. Yeah, I would see us just running past these guys. It's pointless to sit there and deal with them every time. A little bit of wiggle waggle. You can sneak lip right on past. So drop down to here, drop down to here, drop down to here, drop down to here. Now over there, you'll notice some loot. We're not going to be worried about that just yet. Actually, I think we can get that now. Let me check my notes here. Back to the Nexus. So instead, drop twice, then go right and drop for the Plague Resistance Ring. I'll do this first. This way. There's the Plague Resistance Ring that we need for the trophy. Now, if you drop here, it'll suck, but it won't be the end of the world. Because we need to get over to there. Oh, no. What a pity. So, and we can't. I think we can climb up this ledge. I'm pretty sure we can't. We cannot. Well, anyway, let's continue down. Then we can... no, we'll just evacuate, because this isn't where we need to go anyway. That should be the last loot that's there, though, is... let me see. Plague Resistance Ring, Storied Warrior Soul, and then we want to show... the NPC our DBS for the Pure Greystone. So, now that those loots are done, we'll go back again. Part of this is the reason why I was advising people to get the evacuate, just so that when situations like that happen, your option isn't, well, suicide or you're screwed. You know, you can actually kind of make your way out. But if we're just going down to the NPC, that's actually pretty quick. There's no real, there's no trick drops or anything, and we're just going to be just running. Oh, drop, drop, drop. Oh my god. And I missed the drop. But see, this is exactly why we got rid of our humanity, so that things like that don't count against us. And you need pure white to be able to show the sword to the guy that's here. I keep noticing a little bit of frame dippage every time I sprint through this tunnel. Alright, drop. Drop. And we're good. So there's 2 crystal lizards. They'll always be here as long as you haven't killed them, obviously. Go over and take them out. Just be careful to not hit the NPC while you're here. That would be a real pity. Alright, now before you talk to this guy, go ahead and put on the Dragonbone Smasher. He says he's looking for treasure. He's basically looking for this. Anyway, now that we exhausted it, we talk to him again. He just looks at it, lots of ums and ahs, and says thank you. And he gives us access to the Pure Greystone, which you can use to upgrade a strength weapon to the maximum tier. So now we need to make him pure black. Now, we don't want to kill him. He does have a ring, but it's a ring that we already have access to. But we need to now get this world into pure black to fight the Dark Phantom version of him. So, one of the easiest ways to do this is going to be jumping on over to the first part of the zone, which while we're over there, we'll be able to do some upgrade stuff. So go to the smithing grounds. And this also happens to be where the primeval demon's going to show up. So right now we are at pure white world tendency. We need to get the world to pure black, which will take quite a few deaths. Yes! Power! So what we're going to want to do is just go here. Use the stone. Body restored, roll off the cliff. And we're literally just going to be doing this over and over. It'll take... if you're playing in offline mode, it should take 7 deaths in particular. Now, I haven't actually tested this because it's something that's kind of difficult to test by yourselves. But back in the original Demons Souls, world tendency was also affected by who was online. And so a lot of gameplay, you know, if you were doing manipulations of world tendency, it was typically easier to move to offline. I haven't noticed any major differences. I've still been able to get my world tendency pretty consistently. Now, I don't know if that's just because there's not as many people that have PS5s yet, or what the case may be. But it's something that I do want to mention, because if for some reason you're doing this and you're not getting to black tendency, the best thing to do would be to just go into offline mode. I think I forgot my souls that one time. It was like 2,000. The best thing would be to go into offline mode and then do the deaths. So should be 4. It should take, I believe, 7 deaths. Or 7 or 6. Technically the scale, if we're going down, should be 6. But we can check after this. They've also changed it. You used to have to warp back to the NEXUS to do world tendency, and it seems like Arkstone warps will now change tendency as well. But there's a very easy way to check. So we go here, and we'll just rewarp, and we'll see if the icon has changed from glowy white to black with little sprinkles all around it. Alright, so we are near black right now. We're not pure black yet. We do have one more death. You also can't... Oh, no, we're good. Let's see, we're good. I think we are. No, we are near black. So one more death here. just to show it so you have a good reference. How you can see right now, there's like a little bit of a red aura, but it's mostly black. I need to upgrade our stamina some. And that death should put us into pure black status. So the icon, as opposed to how it's just black and it has the aura, now it should be black and have little red dots around it when we respawn here. As you can now actually see the visible red dots. That means we're now in pure black world tendency. Now we're actually going to go on over here. We're going to need to do even more killing in a second here. This is the primeval demon. Now the primeval demon will spawn at near black. Actually going to pop this. But basically these things are like the origin demons or something, if you will. But anyway, they have a very high chance to drop some loot that we want. We're going to put on the item discovery ring to be safe. And there it is, the colorless demon soul, which is what we need to upgrade the goodies. Now this next part is going to be a little bit trickier because we're going to be literally sprinting through the entire level. But we need to get back to where we fought. We need to get back to 2-2. Now you could just warp over to 2-2. That's certainly something you can do. But the thing is, if we warp over to 2-2, we're basically got to get over to where that NPC was, and warping over there will reset the world tendency. Because that guy that we just killed, after killing him, the world tendency is now, the world tendency will go up by 3. So what we need to do is make our way all the way back without dying, ideally. Now, if you fail to do this, you know, it's not the end of the world. This is just what we have to do if we want to do both the primeval and do Shriver in one go. You also notice there's phantoms around now, so keep that in mind. There's now black phantoms because we're on pure black world tendency. Enemies are also going to hit harder. Loot rates are increased, so rare drops are going to be a lot more common. But since we're not really aiming to fight much, we're just aiming to run on through this, we're going to be ignoring a lot of the stuff that we encounter, actually. Just all an ass, basically. The Red Phantom versions, they're just stronger versions of enemies you fight. There's nothing like extra deadly or anything about them. And you'll also probably notice that the souls that I'm getting are much higher than what I got typically. Actually, no, I'm going the completely wrong way here. I didn't need to go this way at all. Needed to go to the drop down. Well, we'll just continue along. We're almost to the drop anyway. The real question is if we'll be able to actually beat Black Phantom in one go. Because the Black Phantom NPCs are quite challenging. Much more challenging than your typical, like the early on raid invaders that we fought. They were nothing. We'll have to kill this guy. Of course, this is really the only guy that's in our way. course, the spider doesn't respawn or anything, so no concerns there. Notice this guy wasn't here before. That's probably the biggest difference is in addition to the drop rates, there's a couple black phantom enemies here and there that you'll have to fight when you're on pure black. But what's great about putting this world to pure black is this world is also where we want to do the farming for strength weapons. So things like the chunks and whatnot, farming it off of the rockworms. So being able to farm them on pure black is certainly helpful. Really hope that guy doesn't drop down. Now, once again, if for some reason you do happen to die, it's not the end of the world. You just need to pop your stones and get back to pure black world tendency. So it's just a couple more suicides. You know, it's not like you've suddenly lost access to loot. Losing your white tendency is a different story. But you know, once you kill something and you get to black and then you go back the opposite direction. Take my time getting down. Now that NPC that was all like, oh, show me the sword, I'm looking for it, I want to see it, that was all friendly before. Now he's going to try and murder you. That's the big difference here. So we are going to hopefully be able to get this to work. See him right there. He can be quite deadly. He's also pretty resistant to gravity as well. And he can cast spells. So what we're going to do is get in there. Hope he already got his buff on. Well, let's just wait for him to back up here. I might be able to circle around and get a backstab. Oh boy. He's playing chicken with me. Let's try and lure him out here. Maybe I can kick him down the pit. Which that is one option to kill. Probably the safest option to kill. Is stop this. As you can see, not a ton of damage on this guy. 200 damage, barely just tickled him. We're going to try and go for the gravity kill. If we can get the gravity kill, that'll be quite nice. Got some armor. Now the gravity kill is going to require us to basically just get behind him. Oh, come on. There we go. Alright, we've got him going the opposite direction now. That's good. Oh boy, he hurts so much. We're gonna aim to hit him and get him to fall off the sledge. The thing is, he has a miracle on where... Oh, he got us. He has a miracle on that's regenerating his health. So, like I said, these black phantoms, they're gonna be hard to kill. And it warped us back here, but we're not going to deal with running all the way through that. So, anyway, we'll warp back, and you can see now it's white. So, we're going to have to suicide a couple times here, which once again I'm going to do here. We're just going to forfeit the souls. I think we had like 6,000 souls. We got to get the world back to pure black, and then we're just going to warp and fight him there. I had a feeling I wasn't going to be able to get the kill on the first try, but you know, it's fighting black phantoms. You do what you can. And you'll be happy to know that we need to kill 4 more of these after this one to help get our character tendency all the way up. We should be at 0 right now. Take 3 to 4 deaths, and then we'll get down there. And I'm gonna give it one more attempt against him. If you can run right up and hit him before he gets his healing buff on, that certainly helps in just a straight out fight. The thing is, he does so much damage. I mean, having the flame shield is one thing that could help. I could probably go do that. But the other good thing is that now that we're putting the world back to pure black, we'll be able to to just, you know, go after him again and again without doing the suicide run. Since the world's already pure black, we can even fight him with our body restored. Have all that extra health. Alright, let's give him one more good try here, see if we can take him out. Alright, you can see we have the red sparkles, so we know we're at pure black. Alright, I still think the gravity strat is the best approach. Just because, you know, trying to beat an enemy to death that is regenerating can be quite challenging. Whereas pushing his ass off a cliff makes things significantly easier. So we're going to drop all the way down first, and then we're going to pop our stone to get our extra health. So we're taking little bits of fall damage, so we're using this as a heal. And then you know what? I'm going to put on my, once I have it. Yeah, water veil. What's up now, buddy? Sling ring, and I will do, I think there's anything I really need here. Why not? Oh, no, we'll do regen ring. Alright, come here, you. Even if we're hitting him, he's gonna heal right through that before we get any real damage. And lure him over here, same as before. Careful you don't fall off the ledge yourself. If we can get just a couple attacks on him, we should be able to send him plummeting to the ledge below. Yeah. Alright, now you're probably like, hold on though, what about his loot? And this is a neat little trick. So now that we've killed him, we're going to go exit and save game. With much cleaner second attempt. Continue to load the game back up. And the loot that would have been on his body is now right here, the Talisman of Beasts. So we are going to wrap things up here for now. With that, the world tendency here will actually warp back to being neutral. But more importantly, our character tendency after beating that guy has taken a slight step towards light, which is what we want. So I'm actually going to do a little bit of farming when I finish getting my axe upgraded. But I'll be going down and doing that, and then in the next episode, we'll pick up and make our way to Inner Ward 1-3.